Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I cordially welcome you all to the 753rd meeting of the Chennai Toastmasters Club. I'm Abhirami Aipan, your Sergeant at Arms. The mission of every Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which the members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Let me quickly brief you on the ground rules to be followed during the meeting. Please put your mobile phones in silent mode. Kindly remain on mute unless it's your turn to speak. And while speaking, refrain from taboo topics such as politics, sex, or religion. Lastly, if you want to pass on any message to the rest of the members in the group, please use the chat box right below. Without any further ado, let me hand over control to the presiding officer of the day. He is the senior Toastmaster of our club and he's working in the accounts department of Sundaram Clayton Limited. With a big round of applause, let's welcome the president of our club, Toastmaster Guru Ayyappan. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Abhirami, for that wonderful introduction. Now I declare meeting number 753 open. Few weeks back, we all are concentrating on US elections. Now it is time for us to concentrate once again on elections. This time it is our own CTM elections. So CTM elections. Without much ado, let me hand over the control to today's Toastmaster of the day. Today's Toastmaster of the day is Mr. Abhilash. Abhilash is a chartered accountant by profession and he is a current vice president membership. Handing over control to Toyo Modi Abhilash. Abhilash, stage is yours.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Guru Ayyappan, for that warm introduction. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. The theme that I had selected for today is Spring Forward. And now that I come to think of it, it is indeed ironical. It is a Sunday afternoon, time is 4. All of us are contentedly sitting in the comfort of our homes with our fans and air conditioners on. And yet, the theme for today is Spring Forward. On that note, once again, good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters. Over the course of this meeting, I shall be taking you through a few points through which we can break out of the glass ceiling of stagnation and moving forward on in our lives, both personally and professionally. Moving on, any meeting of a Toastmaster club is divided into 3 segments. The first segment will be the prepared speech segment. The second segment will be the table topic segment where we will have an impromptu where all the guests and members will be encouraged to come and speak impromptu on any topic given by the table topic master for a period of 1 to 2 minutes. And the final session will be the evaluation session. Without much ado, I would like to introduce you all to the general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Shrikant Kutikrishnan. Toastmaster Shrikant Kutikrishnan is a very senior Toastmaster and he works in the HR department of Indian Railways. Now, I will hand over control to Toastmaster Shrikant Kutikrishnan to brief us all on the general evaluator responsibilities. Over to you, Toastmaster Shrikant Kutikrishnan.
Toastmaster Srikant is facing some technical difficulties. Can you introduce the timer?
Sure. So, just to brief you on what will be the general evaluator's responsibilities, the general evaluator will observe the overall meeting and will suggest where we did well and where we could improve. The general evaluator has 2 sets of teams to assist him in carrying out his duties. The first one will be the tag team, the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. And the second one is the evaluation team, which he will introduce to you all during the evaluation session of the meeting. Without much ado, let us now hear the tag team objectives from the team themselves. First up, I call upon Toastmaster Deepak, the timer for today, to deliver his objectives. Toastmaster Deepak is an engineer working in L&T. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. As a timer, my role is to note down the timings and ensure every speech and table topics and every evaluation sessions end on time. And at the end of the day, I will share the report once called upon by the general evaluator. So for the speaker, we have 5 to 7 minutes of time. So at the 5th minute, I will be sharing a green card. And then at the 6th minute, I will be sharing an yellow card. And then at the 7th minute, I'll be sharing a red card. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you for that detailed description, Toastmaster Deepak. The second person in the tag team will be the R counter. Toastmaster Cholan is playing the R counter for today. Toastmaster Cholan is a cost and works accountant by profession, and he runs his own business. Let us go over to Toastmaster Cholan to hear his objectives on the R counter role. Over to you, Toastmaster Cholan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as an accounter is to count the number of unnecessary sounds or repetitive words such as like, you know. These are the filler words that affect the effectiveness of the speech. I will present my report when the G is called upon. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cholan, for that brief and yet complete objective description. The third tag role player for today is the grammarian, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati is a retired banker by profession. He is a very senior Toastmaster and is also a poet. Let us hear from Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati on the grammarian roles. Over to you, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati.
Thank you, TMOD Abhilash. As a grammarian, I have two responsibilities. The first one is to introduce the word of the day. Word of the day is sprint. The meaning is to run as fast as you can over a short distance. Example 1 is we had to sprint to catch the bus. Example 2 is he sprinted off to meet his girlfriend. So I would request all the speakers and role players to use this word of the day sprint in your speeches. My second responsibility is to note down the best usage of the language and share the details with you all. Now over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati, for that wonderful description of the grammarian roles. Now, let us all sprint forward into the meeting as well as in our lives. Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. The general evaluator session is over, and now I am back in the TMOD role. Thank you. Done. So now, before we move into the prepared speeches segment, let me tell you one small suggestion to sprint forward in our lives. Let go of the past. Simple and yet so difficult to follow. Let me try an example over here. So I have this dumbbell in my hand and say I'm going to hold it upwards like this. For now, I'm fine. If I continue to hold this dumbbell for 5 minutes, then my shoulder will have a light pain. And if I continue to hold this for the next 1 hour, my shoulder will be immobilized. And if I continue to hold this for the entire day, then tomorrow you can find me at Apollo hospitals. So that is it. As you hold this, we don't realize it. But as we keep on holding it, the pain gets stronger. So that is the first piece that I have for us all today. Let us let go of the past and see what the future awaits. And in that spirit, let us move forward to the prepared speeches, to the prepared speech session for today. Our prepared speaker for today is Toastmaster Venu. He works at Airports Authority of India and is a very senior Toastmaster. Before going to Toastmaster Venu, I would like his evaluator, Toastmaster Rekha, to read out the project objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Rekha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Today I'm playing the evaluator role. I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Venu's speech. He is delivering HPL level 5 first project, project 1. And the purpose of the project is for Venu to demonstrate his skills as leader and as a public speaker. And this being the first speech of his HPL project, he has to introduce his plan and vision. All the very best, Toastmaster Venu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha. Toastmaster Venu, work in progress. Work in progress, Toastmaster Venu.
Good evening, Nonandal. Am I audible? Hope I am visible also.
Yes, sir, you're audible and visible.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Nonandal. Yes, as Rega said, I'm going to deliver my first speech from the project High Performance Leadership. For this project, I need to take another project to complete a project. I have taken the project of a club coach. So for that, I'm going to share my screen. Give me a minute. Yeah. Yes. For this project, I'm being the club coach for downtown speakers. Inform you what is club coaches. Club coach is usually any member can become a club coach for a suffering club, which is having the membership strength of 1 to 12. But you should not be member of that club. Usually club coach is being appointed by district club growth director or district director. So why downtown speakers forum for me? Because I'm the first ever prepared speaker of this downtown speakers forum, but I utilize this downtown speakers forum a lot. Many of my mentees are member of this club. So I want to give back to this club something. So I want to utilize this opportunity being the club coach. Healing is a matter of time, but it's sometimes also a matter of opportunity. Coaching a struggling club back to health is your opportunity to develop team building skills, expand leadership experience, increase proficiency as a facilitator and negotiator, develop a diplomacy skills, share expertise, invest in future of Toastmaster, and earn credit towards the part to the Distinguished Toastmaster Awards. So you will get all this benefit being a club coach. My vision of this project is to make this club achieve distinguished club status. For that, I have already set up a guidance committee. This guidance committee is going to guide me throughout the project. I have to discuss with them every time, at least minimum 5 times, and I have to submit my progress report every time. First of all, let us know, few of you don't know what is actually distinguished club status. A distinguished club status means there are 10 DCP points, distinguished club points. Out of the 10 points, if a club achieved 5 points, that club is known as distinguished club status. Out of 10 points, if a club achieved only 9 points, it's a president distinguished club. Mostly CTM, the clubs like CTMs are targeting the president's distinguished club, but unfortunately, this paddling club only just targeting distinguished club status, but for that, it's not easy. And my mission of project, this mission of club coaches guide clubs toward the strength effectively and identifying and maximizing their strength to realize their potential and to provide resources and tools that enable the empower of the club to achieve long and strategic goals of the continuous. This is the statement. But practically what I'm going to do, this is exactly the club status right now. As you can see rightly, this is the goal, 5 DCP point I have to achieve. Here you can find the status of this club. It's all 0. Nothing has been achieved so far. And the main point is the membership base as on 1/7/2020 was 20. now the status is only 9. The problem here is I have to add another 16 members to be qualified to become the distinguished club. It's not an easy task because as per the project, it's as base strength is 20. I need to create another 5 new net growth member. 5 net growth strength should be 5. So here only 9. So it should be 25. I need to add another 16 members. You know how difficult it is to add another 16 members, particularly at the pandemic time. And making people, other than that, so far nobody has completed even level 1, even single. I have to make them to complete at 4 members to complete level 1. And level 2, I have to make them to 2. The problem here is the 4 the achievement of a single member can be taken once. So I have to prepare totally 6 members. Out of 6, 4 should complete the level 1 and another 2 level 1 as well as level 2. So my target is going to be two-way. One is target the individual and another is target the club as a whole. Every Toastmaster needs to understand this promise. Earlier we used to take this promise to our heart and we are doing it, but now we are not all doing that. So first let me read the project. Timer, could you please? Yeah, to attend clubs meeting regularly, to prepare all my project to the best of my ability, basing them to the Toastmaster education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluation, to help the club maintain the positive and friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with the respect and courtesy, to bring guidelines and the rules of the Toastmaster education program, to act within Toastmaster core value, integrity, respect, service, excellence during the conduct of all Toastmaster activities. This is we are not getting from the downtown as of now. Every member follows this every promise. And next, this moment of truth is for the club. We all know that by conducting movement of truth, to ask this club to conduct the movement of truth.
Okay, I think there was some connectivity issue with Toastmaster Venu's net connection. So I just have 1 minute to see if we can bring him back in. Toastmaster Venu, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. I'm really sorry for the internet, some technical glitch. So as I was saying, so this is my mission. Mainly, I'm going to make the 4 members, 6 members to complete the level 1. Out of 6, I'm going to make the 2 members to complete level 2 also. So adding 8 members is not sufficient for the club as of now downtown. We need to add 16 members. So we need to focus on this membership program. Apart from that, we need to ask the XCOM to attend the OTP also. So for nobody is ready to take XCOM, that's also going to be a big challenge for me. So overall, it's going to be a big challenge. I am facing a lot of hindrance, yet I am taking it as a challenge. And Toastmaster Vijay Rajan, is supporting me as another club coach. So we are going to form a team, and for every areas we are focusing, and every individual members we are going to allot some delegate some work, and overall we are going to achieve this goal. So that's my first speech for this project, and I'm going to meet you all again with my second speech after achieving these all targets. So far I utilize this opportunity to request you all, please extend your support also to achieve this goal. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venu. CTM has always been a pioneer club, having helped open clubs across Tamil Nadu. And it is indeed a matter of great pride that you are one of our own past presidents are engaging in this novel act of bringing around a turnaround in the club. We wish you all the best and all success in this endeavor. Now, moving on. The second piece of advice on sprinting forward is all of us have a fear of the unknown. We need to learn to break the ceiling and tackle that fear of the unknown. Let me just tell you all a very short story. There was once a criminal who was caught for some crime he committed, and he was brought to the court. The king there said, I give you two options. One, you can hang by the rope over there, or number two, you have to face what is there behind that big black scary door. Afraid, he took over the noose for hanging. Just before hanging, he asked the king, anyway, I'm going to hang, so there is no harm in you telling me what is behind that door. And the king replied, funny that you ask, but that door led to outside the palace and to freedom. We often fear the unknown and do not take in those opportunities that come to us. So let us tackle this fear. And in that spirit of tackling fear comes the next session, our table topic session. Our table topic master of the day is DTM Abraham Zakaria. He's a very senior Toastmaster and is a chartered accountant by profession. DTM Abraham Zakaria, the floor is yours for conducting the table topic session. Over to you.
Thank you for the wonderful opportunity to conduct this table topic test session. And table topic sessions are known for very interesting, informative, and useful. So, tell you briefly, this is 1 to 2 minutes. We'll give you a topic. You have to speak for minimum 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes. You are also given a 30-second grace time. So, 1 minute you will be shown green card, 1.5 minutes amber, and 2 minutes red. Okay, with this we'll go. We have very limited number of topics because of want of time. So first topic is for a seasoned Toastmaster. So please, I want someone to opt for that. Please, then I'll give the topic. Oh, one of the Toastmasters, please opt for this. Hello, raise your hand, say something, say hello. Hello, hello, please. Come on, fast.
Hello.
Yes. Lakshmi Narana. I can't see you. Hello. Yeah. Yes. Please tell me the name, boss.
Sir, I can volunteer myself.
Pardon?
I can volunteer.
Tyagarajan.
Okay.
Okay, the topic. Tyagarajan. The topic.
Tyagarajan.
Okay, the topic is you sprint up if you happen to see this person. Who is this person? Once again, let me repeat. You sprint up if you happen to see this person. Who is this person? Over to you.
I spring up on seeing this person. Abraham Zakaria is none other than you. Yes, I spring up. When I delivered my icebreaker, you impressed me very greatly. I delivered the icebreaker, but it was so well received that I was also the target speaker I was delivered by ex-member icebreaker, and I was also the target speaker for the club evaluation contest. Miss Toastmaster Abraham, you were the chief judge in the contest. I didn't know you from Adam, but still we are the generosity to take the initiative, come and shake hands with me. Yes. What a kind of a productive motivation, and you complimented me on so this and that. And did you stop with that? You extend me a warm invitation to visit your club, of which you are the president. Yes, what a generous heart you have. You impressed me profusely. You inspired me in an untold manner. Yes, sir. From the day onwards, you have become one of my very close associates, and you have won over my heart. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful words you spoke about me. Anyway, I am not contesting. Thank God. Otherwise, all of them would have handled me. Okay, now the next topic is for the youngest Toastmaster in our club. Who is the youngest Toastmaster? Anyway, it can't be Rekha, it can't be Nina, it can't be Abhilash,
How can you say that?
I'm not saying the age, in the club.
Okay.
Sir, I am ready with that.
Pardon?
This is Satyaraj. I am ready with that.
Okay, you are the youngest member of the club, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, your topic is, please explain, CTM is the ATM of DTMs.
ATM, sorry?
CTM is the ATM of DTMs. Please explain.
Okay. Yeah. Very good evening, all Toastmasters. So CTM, when you hear about CTM Toastmaster, my friend is suggested me. So CTM will create a very proportional and extraordinary persons to created in this club. So in this ATM, so we are gaining a lot of informations and to connecting the people in various department like finance and software development. So various department people gather to share their knowledges. So those things we are every week we are gaining. So our personal growth and to enhance ourselves, to explore the communications and leadership skill and programming, even event management skills. So all these things, this CTM ATM will be provided to everyone in this part of the part of the club members we are getting. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You described DTM and CTM and ATM in a very different way. So we also understood the treasure that we hold in CTM. Okay, last topic is open for all. Maybe it could be preferably by a guest. The topic is, what is your favorite dish and why? What is your favorite dish and why?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joshua, and I volunteer to talk about this table topic.
Yes, welcome, Joshua.
My favorite food are dosha and sambar. Dosha is quite easy to make, and sambar is also likewise very easy to make. All you have to do is put all the cut vegetables in the cooker, and as a bachelor living in Chennai, it is a boon for bachelors like me to be able to make sambar. I think so. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for opting to be a speaker. That is a first sign that you would become a great Toastmaster and a great speaker. The first time when I was asked to speak, I couldn't utter or I couldn't opt for. It was compulsory that I had to go and give a speech. Say thank you so much. With this brief session on table topic, I hand it over back to the TM.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria, for that excellent yet brief table topic session. No doubt you left us wanting for more. So now, moving on, before we move into the evaluation session, the final small piece of suggestion that I have for all of us is get active and have a good laugh. Sometimes when everything else fails, a good laugh will help you think better and move forward. And with that, let us move on to the evaluation session for today's meet. This evaluation session will be conducted by Toastmaster Shrikant Kutikrishnan, who is a senior Toastmaster and working in the HR department of Indian Railways. Over to you, Toastmaster Shrikant Kutikrishnan, for the evaluation session.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash, for standing in for me. And now to begin general evaluation session, first I would request Toastmaster Rekha to give her evaluation report on Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan's speech. Toastmaster Rekha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shrikant. Yeah. So to evaluate Toastmaster Venu's speech, I would like to start my speech by congratulating him for taking up the HPL. Let me dive into the evaluation. The main criteria for HPL is he should have a goal and it should be very specific. And he specified what is his goal. His goal is to make the club Downtown Speakers Forum to achieve distinguished to achieve 5 points out of the 10 points. So that was clearly mentioned. And another requirement is to have vision and mission for his project. He clearly stated, or he did have a vision and mission for his project. That was well shared with us. And another criteria is he should have a guidance committee for his HPL. And he did mention that he has a guidance committee and he's working with them. Great, kudos to that. And then he also said like he's working with Vijay Rajan, who is also a club coach of another club. So they can collaboratively work and learn from each other's lessons learned. So all these points are like appreciable, like having a goal which is measurable, having like exhibiting that he has a guidance committee, sharing the vision and mission with us. So this speech, how can it be made better? One, I would like to reiterate one point which is consistently, which has been happening in your speech, Toastmaster Venu, is a time limit. I would request you take it as a personal target to ensure that you finish your speech on time. So this speech also, you have exceeded the time limit, not because of the glitch, technical glitch. Even before that, a red card was shown. So you have exceeded your time limit. So please ensure that. That is one point. And the other one is like, yes, you did share the goals. Senior Toastmasters who knows what is DCP, what are these points, can understand what you're telling. But just imagine a Toastmaster who is very new to Toastmasters or even moderately experienced person may not know what is DCP and what are the points. So if you would have given a small briefing like what is DCP and why the clubs are targeting these points, that would have helped the other Toastmasters to understand what is it. And yeah, so your slides had too much of words and too much of details. I understand that you had too many things to be shared. I would have suggested you to just highlight 2-3 points saying that these are your main goals or your main points you want to highlight. That is one point. And another one is you could have also said that you have an action team, you need an action team. So that could have been explicitly mentioned. When you mentioned that you have a guidance committee, again, those who don't know what is HPL, if you could have explained what is a guidance committee, would have given a much better understanding for the audience of what is a guidance committee, and explanation on DCP points. And again, one more thing is the timeline has not been mentioned. See, goal, yes, I understand it was measurable, but he would have mentioned that before this time, in next 3 months, in next 6 months. So this is the target. Then it would have been more a specific target, like we call the goal has to be smart. So these are the points. To conclude, I would really appreciate you having a measurable goal, having a guidance committee, sharing the vision and mission, but it could have been more readable in your slides, and the timelines, the most important thing is stick to the timelines and sharing more details, and about even also about the time, your time frame of the HPL. So all the best and congratulations once again. Over to you, Toastmaster Shrikant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha. Thank you very much. All of you remember that time and tide waits no man. And time plays a very vital part in Toastmasters, which inculcates a habit of having time as a very important virtue in one's life. So now, to know how well we have done our roles and speech within the time limit, I request our timer, Toastmaster Deepak, to please share his detailed timers removed. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Yes. Thank you, General Evaluator. I am just sharing my screen. So, Toastmaster Venu Nilakandan has got some technical glitches, but I have passed the time during those I have passed the timers. So anyhow, even without that, the timing is 8 minutes and 49 seconds. Toastmaster Tyagarajan, 1 minute 26 seconds, and Toastmaster Satyaraj, 1 minute 33 seconds. Guest Joshua is 27 seconds. Toastmaster Rekha, 3 minutes 17 seconds. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Well, we need to cut down on our R's and but usually that takes a back seat when we speak in a colloquial way. So to make sure that our R's and are being controlled so that our communication in English is of very effective in nature, and the person who is listening to us will be able to understand better. To know how well we have done in our R's and the speakers and the role players, I request our R counter, Toastmaster Cholan, to give a detailed report on the R's and Ms. Over to you, Toastmaster Cholan.
Thank you, G. The flawless speakers are Toastmaster Abhirami, Toastmaster Abhilash, and Toastmaster Tyagarajan. Now, Toastmaster Venu, 3 plus M and 2 R's. Toastmaster Satyaraj, 3 plus R's. Guest Joshua, 1 R. Toastmaster Rekha, 3 plus R's. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cholan. Well, we heard about the R's and Ms. Now it's the time for the grammarian, who we usually refer to as the Renan Martin of any meeting. Today's grammarian is a very senior Toastmaster, as being introduced by Toastmaster of the day. I request our grammarian, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati, to give a detailed report on the grammarian.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishna. Today, all the speakers have spring forward to bring forward very best expression in the language. And our TMOD, Abhilash, what should I say? Lot of best usage of English. Break out of the glass ceiling of stagnation, fear of the unknown. Break the ceiling. He left us wanting for more. Lot of, but due to time constraint, I am leaving with this. And then TM Venu, you back to the club. Please extend your support. GTM Abraham, CTM is the ATM of GTMs. Spring up, sprint up. And then table topic speaker, Tyagarajan, productive motivation. What a beautiful expression. TT speaker Joshua, boom for bachelors. And then our table topic, our general evaluator, Toastmasters CTM, time and tide, wait for none. Rekha, vision and mission. With this, I stop because of the time constraint. Thank you. Over to you, general evaluation. And the word of the day was used by our TMOD twice, and DTM Abrahamji once and Tyagarajan once. Well done. Thank you. Bye. Over to you, general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. Now for the general evaluators report. To begin with, half of my job was done by Toastmaster Abhilash, and a rap on the knuckle for the general evaluator for me for being late to the meeting, an unconditional, I wouldn't say apology, an unconditional excuse from all of you. It shouldn't have happened, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to. Well, from the table topic session I have taken up, I've been listening to Toastmaster Abhilash. He was very forthcoming with the theme of the day, which is Spring Forward. When I heard about this theme, I never got an idea what that would be, what is the content that he has in his mind when he's going to speak about it. But very relevant. Fear, he spoke about fear, and the way he explained, it is an unknown fear that is holding us back and not able to give our best and reach to the potential that we are capable of achieving in our life. Very well explained theme, and sprint also was very, it was synchronizing well with the theme of the day, word of the day, and the theme of the day was very good. And I really appreciate Abhilash and the grammarian who described about the word of the day. TT Master, no doubt, a very senior Toastmaster. He knew what the mood was and had a very relevant topic. Especially, we've been hearing about the CTM, ATM, and DTM. That was brought as a topic, and it was well explained. That's very creative thinking on part of the grammarian. I mean, the table topic master. And the tag team also had done a good job. Timer's report was very precise, and we got to know about how much time was taken. The R counter had ears and eyes always fixed to the meeting and took a real pain to note down how much R's and Ums have been used. Then the grammarian also has done a wonderful job and taking care of the good usage of English language, and where there could be some improvement was suggested. Last but not the least, the evaluator, Toastmaster Rekha, she was very forthcoming. A difficult project, I would say, to be evaluated, and she's done a very commendable job on that. I'm really happy to hear her give a detailed and precise report. Keeping all the objectives in mind, she has given a report. Usually we see the basics are being evaluated, but here she had the objectives, and she's done a very commendable job. Overall, the meeting was very well organized. Since we are heading towards the most anxious moment where we are going to elect our next ExCom, there's not much of a suggestion except for the flaw created by me as a general evaluator. The meeting was wonderful. I'm very happy to have evaluated a short, crisp, precise, and a energy-giving meeting. Thank you very much. It's been my honor and my privilege to be a part of today's meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shrikant, for having conducted the evaluation session absolutely wonderfully. I request the host to launch the poll simultaneously. And so today's theme of the day was Spring Forward, and I gave just three simple suggestions. Let the past go, let us face the fear of the unknown, and let us get active and have a good laugh. And so with that, I would now like to hand over control of the proceedings to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan. Over to you, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan. Toastmaster Guruvayurappan.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir. You're audible now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Abhilash, for a wonderful session. Now let's hear our feedback from our guest today. Guest feedback, guest. Guest Joshua, your feedback.
I think it's. I think I was able to volunteer and have the initiative next time onwards. Maybe I would be able to show more initiative and things could go well. And also the meeting is very good.
Any other guest? Guest Prashant Reddy.
Hello everyone, this is Prashanti. Actually, I'm from Hyderabad. Just I came to know about Toastmaster. This is the right platform to improve myself. So I contacted one of my friends. She recommended this. I felt this is good and this is the right platform to improve myself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now it is time for me to declare the results. Best Role Player Award goes to TMOD Abhilash. Please unmute yourselves. A big round of applause for the winners. Best TT Speaker Award goes to Tyagaraja. Best Tag Player Award goes to Nagendra Bharati, Grammarian. With this, today's meeting comes to an end. I adjourn the meeting to the next week. As I'll request all the members to join for